Hello, welcome to Game 4 of Conflicting Dynasties. Badmojojojo on the left, Kiramode on the right, and we're back. This time we're doing Double Dragon, Dragon versus Dragon, and spoiler alert, Dragon wins.
Yeah, they're pretty different dragon decks though. So Kiramode on the right, I'm running a very control-heavy dragon deck with almost no enhancements. And then Badmojojojo on the left, he's running a full Voltron deck with a Lion Splash to include the Honored Blades.
Heavy emphasis on Green Lion.
So right now we're just doing mulligans. I mean, the Secret of Enlightenment's an auto discard. And then the other one, just like, I have the Kitsuki Investigator, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to play in the first turn. So these other cards aren't particularly useful, so I just figured I'm dumping all of them.
I liked my opening flop, so I was not going to mulligan any of the guys, but I was looking for specific cards in the conflict deck, and so I got rid of one of the cards. I added the Honored Blades to this deck because I realized that the Need 10 Master is almost better than the Champion in a lot of cases, and he only triggers off of weapons, so I want more weapons to show up.
Yeah, and so my deck actually just cuts the Need 10 Master entirely. But yeah, if he gets rolling, he gets kind of insane. You just need to put enough fate on him to have him stick around, and then once he has 2 enhancements on him, he's always going to have good stats, and then every weapon that's in your hand is basically a 1 resource untap on him.
Or a fine katana for free.
Yeah.
So that guy's always going to be ready. I don't think you're ever going to keep him locked down.
Yeah, well, yeah, once you add the 3 extra Honored Blades, he's going to be rolling. And then I got a Crane Splash. I wanted the Steward of Laws because they're really good, and I also wanted
that's your favorite trick.
What's it called? Admit Defeat.
Steward of Law for shame.
It's 1 resource. Well, it also has versatility in that Steward of Law is a 1/1, so he sometimes is able to push you over the edge to either win the ring, or you can always bonsai him, and then pop a ring.
He is also good anti-shameful display fodder.
Yeah, you have to play him first though. So typically, you play him mid engagement when people aren't suspecting it. If you think that the shameful display is coming, then you would play him first and swing in with him. But
yeah, like if it's a 50-50 and you don't want to risk it.
Yeah. So what I flip into after I mulligan, I got another what's it called? Need 10 Adept. I got a Togashi Initiate, and then I also got the Clan Champion. So I'm sticking with the Investigator, and the main reason is I want to look at my opponent's hand early game, and I really need to get rid of Let Go, because that's ultimately what's going to swing this matchup, is who can get their enhancements to stick at the right time, because they both have big ones. And so if you play Kazooie as an enhancement to Steal Fate, that can win you the game unless you get murdered by Let Go.
Togashi Kazooie. I wish her ability would work as a unit as well.
I like her enough as a unit. I mean, the way we're playing her right now is that...
Well, I mean, it's decent 3/3 for 3, but you can only trigger the action to Steal Fate if it's an attachment. That's an expensive attachment.
Yeah, but that attachment, if you actually hit on it, it's ridiculous. Alright, so Badmojojojo rolls out a Need 10 Master, and at this point, the decision is how much fate goes on that guy.
Yeah, I made a mistake here. I wanted to... I shouldn't have put the extra fate on him, essentially.
Well, I think you were assuming that I was not just going to immediately pass, right? Because I have a 1-drop there that most people will play.
No. I was assuming that the Good Omen that I now play here would work on the Doomed Shugenja, forgetting that it required a minimum cost of 3.
Yeah, so you only get 3 cards. So you bid low, and then
I wanted to bid lower so I could play my Good Omen, and then I was like, hey, I'll put it on the Shugenja, keep it around, and then you're like, no. And then I cried just a little.
Yeah, I mean, you still get it's not like you don't get the fate though.
Yeah. Then I was like thinking, okay, I'm gonna keep this guy around for the entire game if he's got 3 fate on him. But now I have no fate to work with. This is terrible first turn. Don't do this, kids. If you can have a fate, keep a fate. Even if you don't have anything to play, keep a fate.
Well, because you don't know what you're going to top deck either. You know, you're drawing 5 cards, so like you're probably going to draw into.
That's the thing is I didn't have anything in my opening hand that required any fate.
Oh,
and the 3 cards that I drew, each one of them was a 1 cost.
Yeah, well, also it's not like a use it or lose it situation, right? So if you don't use the fate, you just get an next turn.
Yeah, it'll hang around.
So, unless you need to play stuff to combat aggression, right? So if you're up against like a lion swarm and they just have too many guys and you need to pump out stuff on the board, well, then yeah, maybe you don't hold on to your fate. But in this situation, like if your opponent plays 1 dude, you can, for the most part, work around it.
I hope someone makes a deck that is partly lion with the dragons, so they can call it Voltron Lions.
That's what your deck is.
No, I didn't put any dragon or lion units in it. I just used it for like stand your ground.
Yeah, well, no, you got ready for battle in there, and then you got the honored blades.
Oh, I don't have stand.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you have enough bamboo shoots to put in stand your ground if you really want to.
Yeah. I know I splashed in lion specifically so I could keep my guys upright.
All right, so Badmojojojo's going fire. He's trying to get rid of my clan champ. And I flip over Pilgrimage, so it's a 5 health province.
And I was worried about this, which is why I put both guys in.
Yeah, so I actually kind of want to defend this one just because I don't really care about the ring effect. Like if he dishonors my guy or honors his own guy, that's not a huge deal. But I don't want to lose my clan champ because I have all those resources sitting there with the intention of next turn, clan champ's coming out and he's looking to wreck house. So I
played Miyamoto's Fury.
Yeah,
Fury.
Miyamoto's Fury. Probably the best dragon.
And there
card.
I play the stand. What's that called?
Ready for battle.
Ready for battle. Ha. So no bowing.
Yeah, I was like, well.
Miyamoto is not that furious in this situation. But then you played something else, right?
Yeah.
Because now it's your action.
I feel like I found a way to save it. I just don't remember how I did it.
Yeah, and you're like,
no,
I got another trick.
Yeah, that's what I had.
There's the other trick.
I had 2 of them.
Aha!
So the reason I didn't mulligan my hand
really furious
was I drew 2 of them in my opening hand, and I'm really opposed to just keeping all of my cards. But if I drew 2 of them, I'm not giving that up. And then the other 2 cards I had.
Oh no, you bowed my. Oh, what's this? An attachment? Oh, okay, I'll set them up right again.
Yeah, that sucked. Well, the thing is, at that point, I kind of knew you were out of tricks, though.
I just blew my entire cache of bag of tricks right there.
Like, you have your stronghold, so that can give you an extra military. So you're at 8 right now, I believe.
Well, Niten's got 3, right? Or is it 2?
He's 3 plus 2 plus the 3 from the Doom's
5. Yeah, I can get up to 6. Did you declare a defender?
No, but I just tossed one in. Steward of Law.
Oh, so you don't want to get your guy disgraced. Now you're going to first shame me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, really? You really didn't want to lose that guy.
You read the card as if I haven't played that move like 15
Well, no,
times.
I wanted to see if I had a card in my hand that would work against it, and I don't.
Yeah, it's like, all right, let's get
because I got some other weird stuff that I haven't seen from Dragon before.
So, I mean, at this point, yeah, that bails me out because...
So I'm going to win the ring, but it doesn't matter because it didn't blow up the province.
Yeah.
So, having a ring, whoop-de-doo. Now, we got an open board for him, just come in and stompy stomp.
Yeah, so at this point, I have to Void Ring, right? I guess you could theoretically go with the... what's it called?
At this point, why does it even matter? I got so much fate on there. We're just going to Void Ring every time?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, let's try to get rid of that value that's there. Water Ring makes enough sense just because I know I had a Bonsai in my opening hand, so
you could have double attacked like with the Steward?
Yeah, free up the Steward. Steward goes in, Bonsais.
You could have blown up 2 provinces this turn?
Yeah.
Oh, you made a mistake. I think you should have done that.
Yeah, I forget exactly what the move was. At the time, I didn't realize that the water ring could untap. I'm so used to using water ring
For the
bow
offense,
opponents. Yeah. So Elemental Fury wouldn't matter
Fury.
anyways.
I'll pick a different ring. How about that fun air ring that's coming? Yeah, you saw that. Tough choice here.
Yeah, that sucked.
Oh yeah, I'll take that air ring.
So at this point, I have to choose because I know I have the guy who gives covert, and I have to choose: do I play him right now to get up to 4 to pop the province, or do I play him on foot and then try to bonsai? And it looks like
you want a ring.
Yeah, I just figured I'll take the ring, whatever.
How did you blow it up though? He's only got 3, right?
He didn't blow it up. He just took the ring.
Oh, I see. Okay, so the province is still alive.
And then here he comes.
Now you pay for the monk.
So
what's this guy?
In this situation,
Togashi initiate.
Yeah, going void. I think
shocker!
I think the right decision is to go at any hidden province because there's nothing you could flip that would be bad for me here.
What is that?
That's the one that forced me to discard down to 4.
Is that Night Raid?
But I'd burned enough cards that I actually didn't have to discard anything. That's
my clan.
Yeah.
Location.
But I had somehow burned 5 cards already in this turn. Yeah, pop the province, and I mean, ideally, what I flip into there is like either your 4 shame or your 5 health one or whatever. So like, because that one doesn't really do anything.
I gotta get more good omens in this deck. I think I've only got that one good omen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, good omen's good. It's just like you then have to start bidding low and stuff.
I don't need all those cards though.
Yeah, not really. I mean, especially with the ancestral keyword, the cards bounce back.
Daisho.
All right, so I got the favor. I put it on military.
Yeah, favor. You've got first player control, flipping a bunch of guys.
So I got little dudes, and I got the one big dude. We actually have very similar flops here.
Yeah,
but as far as I remember, I just go with the champ because
I did not go with the champ.
Well, so the champ makes sense.
I tried to counter the champ.
I can steal your text. And
maybe that's why I didn't play the Niten Adept.
Because I think I had the political enhancement, the Kitsuki's method, so I could. The main thing is to strap any enhancement on them.
Well, yeah, but it's not a weapon; it's a technique.
Oh, that's right. Okay, then maybe playing him wasn't the right decision. But I mean, everything that you have there is pretty good that I could steal. I mean, like even...
Oh yeah, that's why I was worried about playing an adept. I thought if I plopped him on the board, you're just gonna say, no, I'm gonna use this and put it, because you could put an attachment on your guy and then steal the adept's ability.
Yeah.
To bow somebody.
Bow anyone but the Nitan Master.
Yeah, you're not bowing that guy. He's too blade active. I couldn't decide between. I was just so worried you were going to take the adepts. I think I played the was it Agasha
Swordsmith.
Agasha Swordsmith because I want more enhancement or attachments.
Yeah, I would probably play that too. Just because if you have a reasonable amount of weapons in your hand.
Well, after you told me that you could play him every turn because it's an action, I was like, oh, hey, that's great. But then I don't play him with any fate, and he doesn't stick around, so I only trigger him once.
Yeah, the Nitan Master's kind of scary to be staring down. I think he's a better defensive unit than offensive unit, because like if you try to use him offensively...
Well, the great thing about him is you can use them both.
Yeah, but like one's much easier to play around than the other, right? So if you swing with him offensively... He's not enough of a threat offensively to pop something by himself.
Really? 7 attack?
No, the Nitan Adept.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, right.
you have to send him with other stuff, in which case you could just not block. But defensively, if he's sitting there, you like always have to consider him that he could just bow out guys.
Yeah. Well, what I liked about him as an offensive threat is just, hey, you can't really block him. So if he's
Yeah.
coming, he's like a freight train. He's coming through.
Yeah, he's gonna come in and just wreck. I think I would have played mine if I were going second. Going first, it's just like
I
don't
bid
know.
lower than you again, and I don't remember why I did this because I didn't have another good omen. So there's no reason for me to do that.
Like you don't have one in the deck.
Oh wait,
or-
no, I picked 5 this time. 3, 4. No, I picked 5. Okay.
Yeah,
I did
there was
I did
no
go
honor
5.
exchange there.
I did go 5. I was like, yeah, let's get some more attachments, weapons attachments specifically, because the master loves his weapons. He should be a Shiva with 6 arms.
And he just rotates them too, right? So he'll be at 2 weapons. Just give him a third one, and he'll dump one of them.
It's just like tossing weapons in the air like a juggler.
Yeah, and so one of the things that I learned with my heavy control build is like the dragon have really good control cards. So if you splash in even more control stuff, there's a lot of tricks. The problem is you're not going to get the stronghold to be producing consistent value. Whereas if you go with the Voltron setup, that stronghold's almost always giving you that little bit of extra juice that you need to be able to push damage through to break provinces.
Did they reveal if there will be extra strongholds in the core set?
No, I think everyone just gets one. It's conceivable that they make more as the game goes on.
Yeah, I'm sure the expansions will have it, but so there's going to be 1 stronghold and 1 clan-specific province.
Yeah.
There's going to be limitations on the core set, but as long as I guess that would really restrict your deck building, because if it's better to build for the attachments, you wouldn't want to try to do a control scheme like you're saying with your deck.
Yeah, I mean the control deck works really well. It's just ideally I'd slip in just a little bit more attachments. Like I have the honor, or sorry, not the honor one. I have Kitsuki's method in the deck, so I have that. I also have 3x of both of the unit attachment ones. So like I have some, but I don't have like enough to where I can consistently get 2 attachments on a guy and then get +2 either political or military.
What is that? Oh, I went searching with the Agashi swordsmiths, and I picked up Ancestral Daisho because I love weapon attachments. They should have guns that you can attach to the swords. Gun swords. Make it happen, FFG.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember how I swing in here, because I definitely want to void out your.
Wait, what was that? What are you pointing at?
I copied.
Oh, you copied my swordsmith that you picked. Oh, you crapped out. You didn't get any attachments in it, right?
Yeah. Now this is weird because I actually do have a decent amount of attachments in the deck. I just don't have a lot of weapons, so I should be able to.
Yep, no attachments.
At the very least, get like a
search.
cloud of mind, or
right?
Something.
Okay. So now you're gonna choose your first attack, or do we do actions here?
I mean, you can take actions. I'm not sure we take a ton of actions here. Because you both have some resources, but we're not.
We are loaded with cards too. We got like 10 cards in hand.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
I hate taking pre-conflict actions just because like you give away so much information if you do that.
Yeah, there's a couple of things you have to do pre-conflict, like Height of Fashion.
Yeah,
and you splashed in Crane, but that's not one of the cards you put in there, right?
No. I just put in the Admit Defeats and the Steward of Laws.
Mm. And For Shame. Or is that neutral?
For Shame's neutral.
Oh.
But the thing is, you need to have... I mean, For Shame is dramatically better with Steward of Law than any other courtier, so I feel like if you're playing 3 Steward of Laws, you just throw the 4 Shames in there, and it's just a 2-card combo. But there's... The Investigator's a courtier too, and I also have 3 of the Amato courtiers just in case.
Oh, you're swinging political first.
Yeah.
You're coming after that already revealed Elemental Fury. Is that what that is, or is that Night Raid?
It's Elemental Fury. I just can't take a chance. I have to get this ring off, or at the very least, I need you to overcommit to block. and expend your resources. But the thing is, I can't let you Void Ring me.
But the guy you're coming at me with isn't enough to break it.
Not on his own, no.
So what's your plan here? What you trying to pull off?
I just need the Void Ring. I need...
Oh, you just want to win the ring.
Yeah,
you need me to not block.
Well, like I said, I need you to either not block, or if you do block, I need you to overextend yourself. And also, I need to just prevent you from being able to Void Ring me, right? Because if, let's say I swing in with anything else, and then your Neton Master comes in and voids out my clan champion, if you have like a fully Voltroned up Neton Master for next turn and I have no board, it's over.
I swear, if there is any card from any clan that allows you to take the effects of a ring that isn't the 5-cost champion, I'm going to play that deck.
Yeah, Phoenix might be able to do that.
But defense, taking a ring on defense and getting the effects of the ring would be huge. Huge.
Yeah, the clan champs do that, but it's like, it's not the same. Ultimately, because they're still better attacking anyways.
Yeah,
like,
they only do it specifically also when you do either military or political. Like military for Lion and political for Crane.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what you do here. I think you just block with the Swordsmith as far as I can remember. Yeah,
I blocked with the 1-2. No, I blocked with both because I was like, I'm just going to untap this guy or unbow this guy anyway.
Yeah, the Neton Master, he can just keep coming. It's like a one-man machine.
He will break you. He's Ivan Drago.
Ideally, this is where Crane is nice, where all you have to do is dishonor him, and then you just noble sack him off the board.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
But I think that's like the only answer we've seen so far for this guy.
Yeah, I don't think you choose the honor ring.
You can
very often in this game.
I try to take it sometimes. I just think that Void and Water have the highest upside, so I go for those earlier.
So I solo block with the Agashi Swordsmith.
And you got first action.
And I paid 1 for Miramoto's Fury. And I bow your sucker. I'm like, haha! Now what? Bizatch!
Yeah, so you only blocking with one guy is pretty good for me here, because at that point I can deal with one guy, right? I can admit defeat, I can for shame you, and in either situation I can get the ring, and that's all I care about. If I can just get that ring.
So you put a fate on one of the rings so you can look at my hand as an action.
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of Let Go.
This is mean because this gives you so much information.
Yeah,
and yet I don't have a Let Go.
So one of the things that I saw when I saw your hand is I think you had like 4 weapons in your hand.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, your jaw dropped on that.
Yeah, so I was looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, so now I have to win the ring, right? Well, once I see how many weapons are in there, I need that Void Ring. Like before, it was kind of to get your guy off the off the fate, but more to protect my own guy. Now it's like, okay, I have to get rid of this dude because if he sticks around for one more turn, I'm just gonna lose. Yeah. So I might take my licks this round, but at least he's not sticking around until next round.
And you stop. What's that? Ready for battle?
Yeah, it's ready for battle. I mean, it's cheap and it, readies your guy, and I need that out of the way. And so I put the fate on the Water Ring because the Water Ring is currently the most worthless of the rings out there. But also it's one that I could conceivably use, whereas you probably would never use. And I had a Tagashi Kazooie in my hand. So my thinking here was I could potentially swing in and be able to play her if I take the 2. But also I noticed you had 1 in your hand too. So that's also relevant information because you're probably going to swing at either Water or Earth next turn. In which case I'm going to need to make sure that I don't...
Here's this stupid trick. Steward of Law. For shame.
Does what he does, man.
Someone just double actioned.
And not like you're doing anything anyways.
Yeah, I only got 2 fate. What am I going to do?
Well, because there's not really a lot of political pumps that you could use, and even if you did want to use them.
I did have the technique in my hand, though.
Yeah, but the other thing too is, so if I drop in the Steward of Law, you know exactly what card's coming after that. So it's not like you're gonna be like, all right, here, let me equip this enhancement to beef up my guy that's about to get tapped one action later. It's a completely telegraphed move.
Well, in a tournament, make sure you give the opponent a chance to make that mistake. See, I was one fate short of getting my 3/3 out.
Oh yeah, just for jump blocking. But yeah, now you're needing
Well,
Masters
yeah, because
out
then
of
I
the
would
way.
have won the ring.
Yeah.
And this is the mistake I made was not putting the Neaton Master into that battle. There was no reason not to have him included.
Yeah, I mean, you probably should have been in there. I mean, unless you're trying to
Yeah, I could just
conserve your
unbow
mana.
him easily.
Because you're going to get 2 more uses out of his
That was
reaction.
mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 was letting you live.
And you can't help that one.
And then now I felt I should be aggressive with the guy. I might as well just use him for 2 attacks since he's going away.
Yeah, and I couldn't. I actually couldn't interact at this point anymore, because if you go for even one more fate, then you're gonna be able to play your fate stealing card, and then I lose my.
And you
clan
knew I
champion.
had the card because of the thing that lets you see my hand.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to block with anything.
No, so
You're not going to block. You're not going to attack.
yeah. Well, I could attack, but
But you'd be attacking into my guy. I would drop the
yeah,
3
if you
drop
have
and then.
yeah, if you have any defender, I can't do it. Especially if you have the Nitan as a defender, because if he's sitting there for defense, it just creates a situation where not only would my guy die, your guy would live, and then so that's 3 engagements where he's going to be involved in the next turn. So that just becomes the most important priority. Just don't let your guy get a fate, and don't let my guy lose a fate.
So I'm taking double fate off of this terrible ring that I don't want to pick. I really want to pick the honor ring, so that I can dishonor your champion.
Yeah, but yeah. So if you go for the dishonor ring, then
Oh, I don't want to do that first.
then I might block.
Yeah.
But as it was there's no. I can't block, because then I just lose when you play Kazooie. Because I didn't have a let go in hand. So that's the other thing. So if I would have had a let go in hand, then I most certainly block, pray that you play Kazooie, and then just 0 mana get her off the
I
table.
should have blocked with the Nitan Adept. And then if you bow him with Steward of Law, it doesn't matter because I can still take an action to put an attachment on him, and I can still bow the attachment.
Yeah. So you probably just underblocked on that one.
Yeah, and that cost me the fate for the Neaton Master. There's like a string of bad choices.
I think in the moment you didn't realize how impactful that Void Ring would be. Because
because I know what the long game is going to be after these turns.
So he got voided out the first turn too.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So he's gotten voided out back-to-back turns.
Yep. All because I didn't put him into the defense. Ugh, I need to play him for defense.
Because you have so much ammunition in your hand too.
I know it doesn't make any sense not to use it.
Because at this point, if he just has Fate on him, you don't even really need to deploy anything. You could just play one scrub on the side of him.
Yeah.
And then just bank on playing enough weapons to have that guy just roll.
I want to make a deck of half Swordsmiths, half Neaton Masters.
That's all you do.
That's it. They just look for attachments, put him on the guy, and he just goes out and one man owns the field. Spins around like a circus freak. Whee!
Yeah, the Nitan Adepts too. Those guys are pretty sick. Luckily, you still have to, if you're placing a weapon on him, that means you're not placing it on the Nitan Master, but
yeah,
still pretty rough.
But I mean, what you want to do is put the non-weapon attachments on the Adept and the weapon ones on the Master.
Yeah, because the adept needs anything, and he's able to trigger his ability.
They haven't said anything about if an attachment is bowed if it doesn't have any effect, right? Like it still counts. It's.
I don't think they've made any game where a bowed attachment doesn't have all its relevant text.
Okay.
And so in this
well,
game,
not the text, but like the stats.
Yeah, like text and stats are still there.
Okay.
They've only said with bow that it's on the characters have to be bowed.
Okay. So I go and
you free up your guy.
Pilgrimage is what I took out.
Yeah. So you free up your swordsmith, and then I'm like, okay,
with the water ring.
Yeah, and then I thought, okay, I can't attack because
I'm just gonna unbow my master.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why I haven't taken that action yet, but I need to unbow that master.
You're probably deciding.
Oh, I wasn't sure. What I wanted to do was make sure I put the right attachment on. I know that the die show will come back after the master goes away, so I played that one. And leaving myself with 3 fate, hoping that you'll block again.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's not gonna pull out this dumb miracle.
Yeah, once I know Kazooie's in hand, there is no chance I'm ever blocking that.
Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus miracle on 34th Street. No. Denied.
I mean, I think the Fate Stealing ability is one of the highest potential abilities because you're basically paying 2 resources to void ring somebody.
Yeah.
Or it's 3 resources, you void ring one of their guys, you add a fate to your own guy, which should not ever be underestimated. And then also, because you had a fate to your guy, that means you're going to be able to do that next turn too.
Man, do you think they'll ever make an expansion in the long, far future where they change some of the rings around? Or does that be too unbalancing?
Like, change the actual rings of the game?
No, it would still be the same elements, but instead of air where you get 2 honor, it's like air where you bow 3 guys or something. I don't know.
No, they might have abilities where you what's it called? Where you would get different effects because they already
That's what I'm talking about.
Like they already have one girl that does that. It's like she comes into play, and if you're attacking, she adds the air element to whatever ring you're going with.
Oh yeah, but it's still the same.
Yeah, but you could. I mean, they've already shown precedence for that type of card where it's like, oh, when you attack, instead of drawing a card and discarding for the earth, you draw 3 cards instead, or whatever. Like they'll make something like that. All right, so this. Well, I don't think you know who you want to swing in with yet because you're gonna swing in.
Oh, everybody's going. Everybody's going.
Yeah, the only decision
because I'm just gonna be able to unbow the guy if I need to. But you've already passed on your second attack at this point, so you can't make your second attack even if I send everybody in.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it sucks because you're gonna end up being up 2 provinces to 1 in all likelihood, but I can't lose my guy, and I especially cannot let you have an extra fate.
Yeah.
So you just take the licks.
Smart. Yeah.
What I'm hoping for when you flip is that it's just like something that helps, like maybe a shameful display, maybe you discard cards. This is where I'm actually hoping it's not Elemental Fury. Like Elemental Fury is too good to be wasting on this type of attack right now.
So I made the mistake of going for the resource when I should have picked the one that is it Elemental Fury?
No, it's the one that says you got to discard down to 4 cards.
Oh, that's right. So I should have chosen the dishonor one, so I can dishonor your champion. Would you have defended if I did that?
No.
Oh. So
but
I should have chosen the fire one.
Yeah, if you dishonor my champion, it just changes how I play, right?
Right, but it makes your champion so much weaker.
Yeah, so then the Togashi Initiate becomes the prime guy to put into play next turn, so I can re-honor him.
Wait,
because you can just duplicate his effect.
Oh yeah. Sneaky. That's pretty cool. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so I wasn't too worried about that. I just what I really wanted was board advantage. Like that was the number one thing.
So I learned something here. I have 2 rings tier 1, and I thought I would get the Imperial marker for this. But apparently all of the glory on the guy goes instead of just 1 coin.
Yeah, so one of the things you could conceivably have done here is you could have paid a fate, throw an extra weapon on the
Neaton Master, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I would have won.
Did he already use? No, yeah, because you only use 1 trigger, so you could have tied, right, and then prevent me from getting the favor. But then you lose a fate. I don't know.
So he goes away, and all 4 resource or fate goes with him. Actually, I spent 7 fate on that guy. 4 for the cost, and then now I have a crap ton of fate now.
Yeah, you're at 10.
Should be at 11. 7 plus 4.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about the last one that you picked up at the end.
Yeah, I should, and that point I probably should have gotten the honor one.
So my flips, one flip was great, the other flip sucked, but I'll take it because I had 2 cards that were good that I had left over. Your flips, I think, are all fresh. So
I went for the swarm tactic on this one, which I don't think that you ever want to do that with Dragon.
Yeah, so the reason I kept what's his name? The duelist over there at the end. Ratsugu?
Mirumoto Raitsugu.
Yeah, that guy. So I kept him because I wasn't sure how you would play your turn, and my thought was, if you decide to play a guy and throw some fate on him, I definitely want my guy to challenge him to a duel and pull one of those fates off. You ultimately decided against that and just started spamming, so then I thought, okay, you know what, I don't even need to play this guy.
He's the opposite of the other one, where he doesn't send everybody home. He only sends the one guy that lost the duel home, right?
Yeah. I think the other one's a little more interesting in what you can do with him, but this one, he's better.
What's that other guy's name? Kazui...
Ketsun?
He's the crane dueler. And then you pass here, right? No, you put one more part.
I gotta
put more unit in.
Gotta get another guy in there.
And then Dr. Doom's Shigenja.
Doom Shigenja's really good, man.
Yeah, amazingly good. That's not a downside for a 1-cost character. 3 for 1. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's like combining the Doji Whisperer and the Matsu Berserker.
So this kind of shocked me that you put a fate on the guy. Why did you do that?
I like to have at least one guy stick around for a turn, but I don't like to overly invest. So my thinking here was, you were just dropping dudes and not throwing fate on them, and I was like, okay, well, if you're not going to throw fate on them, I'll at least have one dude to hang around and have a little bit of a board advantage. I mean, you could talk me into not putting a fate on him, but I think my hand was also cheap enough that I could afford to put one on him and, you know, maybe strap a Kitsuki's Method or something on him.
Yeah, I do play the Initiate. So I have played everybody with a fully loaded lineup here. And it's really unfortunate that I have a Mirumoto Prodigy that wants to attack alone and has all these forces around her. She's not going to be attacking alone.
Well, you have like, I think 2 Ancestral Daishos in your hand. So like you could load her up pretty easily, get her up to 7 attack, and just swing in military by herself if you really wanted to.
Yeah, but you still have a 5/5 on your side.
That's a reasonable trade, though.
It's not really a trade. So I send my 1/1. It's not going to break the province, and that's what I want to do with 4 guys on the board, that they're all going to go away next turn. I want to make sure I break 2 provinces. Or one province's turn.
Yeah, if you break 2, you win the game.
Yeah, sorry.
You could reasonably send her in by herself, like military, and then. I mean, this would also depend if you have the covert guy, because if you have that, then you can lock out my clan champion.
So we both bid 5 on this one, didn't we?
Yeah. There was no fooling around.
And then I used the swordsmith to pull another weapon.
Yeah, honored blade.
I think what I should have done is built up the attack, like you said, either on the prodigy or built up in attachments on the what's that guy? The adept. Yeah, and I could send him in because I got a trick in my hand that allows me to have him trigger twice. What's that trick called?
Way of the Dragon.
Way of the Dragon, the Bruce Lee card.
So, the thing about Way of the Dragon, though, that's a card you definitely want to wait until the last possible moment to play it. Playing that card too early, it just telegraphs your moves way too.
The reason I played it early was I wanted you to not defend. I wanted you to be like, oh, okay, there's no reason for me to defend because I can't stop this guy. But I sent too many units across when I did this. And that didn't work out.
Because, yeah, I mean, if you send the Niton Adept in, I'm probably not blocking it under most circumstances. Like, you'd have to flip into a shameful display for me to be like, okay, let me send a guy in here. But also, you have 4 resources. I know you have Kazooie in your hand. So, I'm definitely not blocking with the Initiate. Yeah, because I can't let that fate get stolen.
I wonder if I could have won this turn.
It would depend on how I block. So I think if you like,
well, if I send in the prodigy by herself, you only get to block with one character.
Yeah.
If I send in the adept, you only get to block with one character if you block with everybody. Because the adept will be able to bow 2 characters with the ability with Way on the Dragon attached.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, that's presuming that you play it and you're able to trigger it completely. Because you're still here deciding which way you're going to swing in.
I haven't taken my first action yet. I want to put the Way of the Dragon on the adept to scare you into not devoting any blockers.
So I think the way you attack here is you need to go one of 2 methods. You either Voltron up your prodigy and say it's going to be a one-on-one battle. I got 2 enhancements and I also have my pump from my province. Or you Way of the Dragon your Niton Adept. You swing in and say if you block, 2 of your guys are going to get locked out, and I also have my province to pump me up by 2.
You get to, if I do the prodigy, you get to choose the defender, right?
Yeah. Okay. So let's say I send my 5/5. Right?
Yeah.
Your guy's gonna be at 7 attack, 9 with the province. You know, like it'll take a lot of work for me to work around that. So yeah, you got the Way of the Dragon there. So Way of the Dragon brings your guy up to 3 military,
2 political.
2 political. You have a honored blade, right? So we know you can get the extra.
I got a fine katana, an honored blade, and an ancestral dice show.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is you can ensure that your province is going to get you the full pump, and on top of that, you're going to get that second attachment, so that way your Niton Adept can focus 2 defenders. So
what I should have done here, I think I could have pulled it off if I had gone with the adept solo to attack anything, choosing the water ring, and then I would bow your 3rd guy that doesn't participate, or bow the most beneficial.
Yeah, so you'd swing in with him by himself.
That way it wouldn't have to.
Probably don't block, and then you get my clan champion out of the way.
Yeah. You clouded the mind.
Yep.
and I said let go.
Yeah, there it is.
And that's the power of drawing 5 cards.
Yeah, I mean, that was the card I was trying to get earlier when I looked at your hand. Because it's so impactful. Like, if I had that card in my hand right now, your Way of the Dragon is just gone.
Because you clouded the mind, my guy, would you have done that if I didn't put the Way of the Dragon on him?
No.
Yeah.
So I needed Way of the Dragon on him. You know what the pro move would have been, though? Actually, no, you have to already be in the engagement. But, like, if I clouded the mind you when you're mid-engagement, you just focus your stronghold to get +2.
Yeah.
And then get rid of it.
Because
at that point, you already
yeah, he's already got 2 attachments on him.
Now, I remember I had an extra Cloud of the Mind.
I don't know why I decided to block with or attack with 2 guys. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what I was thinking here. I send all 3 units to attack something to make sure. This is unnecessary overkill.
Yeah, and then I don't know what you pick for rings. I mean, you pretty much have to pick the water ring every time here.
Oh, this is just bad decision. Now, I do pick the water ring.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like, you can bow out my clan champion. Like, you'd have to be insane.
Oh, I remember what happened. So, in my hand, I had an Indomitable Will. And I totally forgot that Indomitable Will says solo character.
Yeah, so yeah, you should be attacking with the Nitan Adept by himself anyways. I mean,
or the Prodigy, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, otherwise, why are you using the Way of the Dragon?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But, so I flip into Elemental Fury.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, here it is.
Always relevant.
Oh my gosh, this is just, this upsets the game. Right here, no ability to bow the champion. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And you probably just like, oh, you want a fate because you're probably gonna give me the air ring again.
Yeah, so it's like I either give you the fate and the air ring, or
no, you give me the void ring. You're like, you know what? If you want to take a fate off my gut, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a suspect move. Like,
Really?
I think the reason was I didn't want to get you up to 3 fate. Because I know you still have Kazooie in your hand. Yeah. But even then, I mean, if like...
And you're not going to pick the other ring.
Yeah, I don't know. That was... Yeah, it was...
Elemental Furies made me furious.
Yeah, because the other option there, like the 4th province there is For Shame. So if you flip into For Shame, that's actually not super impactful, I don't think. It's still really good, but like you don't.
For Shame would allow you to honor one guy, and I was worried about that. So I think that's why I sent more than 1 character in, because if you had decided to block with anybody, you would get to honor and then dishonor me, and I don't think it would have broken it.
No, you still break it though, because you have enough juice with your pumps that you'll be able to get it even if you're dishonored, because you're gonna lock out all defenders. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I should have gone with just 1 guy.
But so, like, let's say
this is a mistake.
If it would have been For Shame, then I just block with my clan. Well, so I had another
Shameful Display.
Well, so I had another Cloud the Mind in my hand.
Oh.
So
sneaky.
My thought was you might have 1 let go. You probably don't have 2, right? You'd have to top deck 2 of them. So. Thinking here was, okay,
you top deck 2 Cloud the Minds.
Well, I mean, I had 1 like floating. Like what I mean is like I had seen your hand before.
Yeah, but I drew 10 cards since then.
Isn't this
This is the 3rd round.
Yeah, but I did my hand check on round 2. Because I didn't look at your hand round 1. So, yeah, my thought was you probably have 1, probably don't have 2. So. I wanted to play 1 as a feeler, you know, see if you're gonna burn the let go or not, and you did. So I was like, okay, the second one's probably good. So if he swings in, and you flip, because I knew it was gonna be one of Elemental Fury or Shameful Display. If you Elemental Fury, I probably don't have to block. Shameful Display, I send my clan champion in, honor my guy, dishonor one of your guys, and also more importantly, blank your guy so you don't, what's it called? Get rid of my clan champion or bow him. Because I had another enhancement in hand too. So even if you had another let go, I could still play an enhancement. So then you'd have to have a third let go to get rid of the attachment that would be on my clan champ. But yeah, I just let it go, and then you just like overcommit there, I think.
Well, the overcommit wouldn't really have been a problem if I had managed to pull off the water rain. Because I would have bowed your champion.
Well, no, that's what I was just saying though. So
sorry.
If it would have been shameful display, then the champion goes in.
Yeah.
And I think the champion, if he's sitting at 8 strength, 8 strength, and I dishonor one of your guys and he's blanked.
But he's 8 strength bowed. What's he gonna do bowed?
No, but he wouldn't bow because you'd be blanked.
Oh, because of Cloud the Mind.
Yeah, so I'd cloud your mind. I'd cloud the mind your guy, and then he'd be 8 strength. Like, I don't know if he wins the ring for sure. I mean, because you sent a lot of crap in there.
Yeah.
But he probably saves a province.
Shameful display. But you know what? My ring defenses are not as good as your ring defenses. So I've got my one guy, and you don't have your champion participating. So in any situation I go here, it doesn't really matter because you still have a minimum of 4 attack.
Yeah. So I got 4 attack. The clan champs. He's gonna run in and he's gonna go blow up Elemental Fury on the next attack. So basically, you kind of have to fight for your life here, and unload the clip on Trix, because if this province breaks, you're probably losing next turn.
Yeah, you're gonna get first player.
Yeah, because I get first player. We're both gonna have clean slates, but I have a little more faith in you right now too. So the smart money would be that I'd be able to go and finish off the province.
Alright, so I honor my guy, and I'm trying to decide whether or not dishonoring the Doom Shugenja or the Initiate. Because the thing is that you can re-honor the Initiate by spending a resource. So it'll bring him back up to 1 if he's dishonored. If I dishonor the Shugenja and you honor the Initiate, then it makes your total count 5. So it's better to dishonor the Initiate.
Yeah, the Initiate's the guy who he needs to be the one getting dishonored for sure. And it's still, I mean, how much do you have there? You have 2, and then I'd be at 4 with the...
Yeah, I got 2 defense for the ring purposes, and then 5 total for province.
Oh no, sorry, I'd be at 3 with the Doom Shugenja.
So I dishonor him. That puts you at 3 total.
See, I'm up, but
You're winning the ring, but you're not breaking the province.
Yeah, I need pumps for sure.
So this is where you pull out a Nike Air and drop a 3-drop.
No, I have to like be really careful with how I pump here, because you could still have a what's it called?
Well, I got all those attachments that I can throw down. You got 2 fates sitting there ready to be used.
So I know I have a Bonsai in hand, but you could have a Mirimoto's Fury. And so like if I Bonsai, say this Shugenja,
then you're just gonna get Furied.
Yeah. So that would be an inherent problem. So what I was actually thinking of doing was I was thinking of swinging in with my clan champion.
So you did play the 3-drop.
Oh yeah. So I was thinking of swinging with a clan champion water at Elemental Fury to get your guy out of the way and break the province. The problem is you would in that case have 3 unrevealed provinces, and you could Fury to tap down my clan champion. So I had to just swing in and hope you don't have shameful display, but what can you do? So yeah,
trying to decide here which attachment I want to play. I'm pretty sure I go with the Daisho because the guy is going to go away at the end of the turn.
Yeah, the Kazooie coming in, really underrated. Like, just having a 3/3 that you can play from your hand, even though the stats aren't great for 3 mana, it's still...
but it's
it comes
3
into
surprise,
play.
though.
Yeah, it's, like, unexpected.
And I want to find out if you can, discard 1 to add fate to it. So this is where you bonsai, but you don't pay for the honor? You do pay for the honor.
I pay for it.
Yeah. So now I am down by 2 or 3.
Let me see. You're sitting at...
I'm down by 3.
You're sitting at 4 right now. You're down by 6, actually.
Well, I've got 7. You need to get 7 to break the province, and you have 6 right now.
No, I got 10. I just bonsai'd.
Oh, okay. So I got to beat 10, and I have a way to do it, but I'm going to lose the ring.
I mean, you're losing the ring in basically all situations. It's a question of, can you save?
Well, I wouldn't lose the ring if I had a Fury.
If you could.
If I had the Fury, Shugenja. I could bow your bonsai Shugenja.
Yeah, because then at that point it'd be 3 to 4. Yeah, that'd be rough.
Plus, I still have my stronghold that's not bowed. That's going to come into play in a minute. So we're doing fun maths, and this is where I discover that I can save the province by putting 1 more attachment on my unit, and then when I bow the stronghold, because there's 2 attachments on it, will give me a +2, putting me at 11, which is just enough to beat your 10. Attacker wins on ties.
Yeah, and I mean, you have, like, the Honored Blade, so you can get the extra 2 on there.
Well, I have 2 Ancestral Daishos, so that makes more sense to do that, because I don't really need to beat your honor. I need to have more attachments in my hand.
And so, hindsight's 20/20 here. I don't understand why I didn't just go political, right? Because if you look at the guys I have on the table...
Oh, and you got a political imperial thing.
Yeah, they all have the same stats for political and military.
Well, I know why you want military. My guy, my swordsmith, has a higher political number.
Yeah, it's 2 to 1, but the thing is, I know you have at most 1 political buff in your deck.
Oh, okay.
Whereas you have, I think, 4 military buffs.
Yeah.
And moreover, I know you have the military buffs in hand because I've seen them. So, like, I'm swinging into what I know. Like, I know you have 2 Daishos in hand. So, like, I'm swinging into +4, maybe +8 if you have a bonsai. So
okay, so you passed on your 1 action, and I double. My second action was to get up to 11. Then you copied my swordsmith to draw 5 cards and look for an attachment.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you initially played the Daisho. It wasn't enough. And then you did the Stronghold, and that put you just over. Like, so we're tied, so I need to find 1 more strength. And so what I was looking for when I was digging is I was really, really hoping for a fine katana. Or even like the guy who has covert. Just to slip an enhancement on somebody.
Yeah.
And then use my stronghold to give me a +1 attack. Because that's all I need. I only need 1 more strength.
And you just need 1.
Now, I do have an enhancement.
Steward of Law would work.
Yeah, but I already burned those.
All 3 of them?
Well, I mean, I burned 2. Like, you're not going to draw all 3 every game. I do have an attachment in my hand, but it's a political attachment, which that's another reason I should have gone political. You know, like, I have a political buff in my hand, like, and I know I beat you on the board.
Now, you pay here, and you give a +1/+1, right? Or is it +2?
So... It's +2 political.
Oh, it's +2 political. So you do play the political attachment only for your stronghold to get the +1.
Yeah, and you pointed out later that I could have just paid the resource to a ring to honor my initiate.
Yes. Actually, this would have been a better use of your resources too, because if you pay the resource to a ring, you could put it on one of the rings that already has a resource, collecting 2 resources when you attack with your champion.
Yeah, like
netting you an increase.
Yeah, like I could attack the fire ring and get something out of it.
Yep. Fire or the other
because
one.
part of the reason why I put it on her in particular, the ring, is I know I have an extra copy of her to throw a fade on her. So I'm gonna have that weapon's gonna provide extra value next.
Okay, so you won this this battle. You collected the ring. You broke the province, and now we're tied at 3-3.
No, 2-3. You're in the lead.
I'm in the lead. Oh,
Yeah.
right. I see the app.
But this guy's gonna come in. Right?
Yeah. So this is So I have no blockers anymore. Now your champion's gonna come in and blow up Night Raid. I think it is.
Yeah. The only no, it's
Or
an
Elemental
Elemental Fury. The only decision here is, do I go for fire to get the resource and hope you don't have a?
This is where you ask me if I have a monk.
Yeah,
I do. I'm pointing at the monk.
But I know you already discarded one, so
I did discard a mantra of fire.
So I was like, maybe you don't have it, but I figured either way, the resource is valuable, and I'm gonna win the ring anyways, and I'm gonna honor the girl that is gonna stick around for an extra turn, so she's gonna be a beefcake political, because she'll be at 7 political strength, or sorry, 6, between her 3, the Kitsuki's method of 2, and the honor itself. So she'll be like just destroying fools next turn. And then so you tell me you don't have the card. So now
So I gain an honor and you lose an honor. Because your initiate's gonna die.
Well, yeah. So I had like another reaction here too. Not that it totally matters. So
yeah. So I have to dump 2 cards, but I have to put those 2 die shows back in my hand from the discard deck before I do that.
Yeah. But we're like, so you start from a clean slate board, but then I have a 6 strength guy plus the what's it called? Plus the favor. So, and I'm definitely going in political in my next shot.
I don't even think it matters which 2 cards you take.
Trash.
No, you took a couple of weapons.
Yeah. Well,
Which would have been impactful if I had pulled a Ni-10 Master. Unfortunately, this is the worst flop I have ever seen for a dragon clan. Ever.
Well, you got actually 2 political guys, but the problem is the one chicks don't do anything, and ultimately you're just too far behind on the board. Like, there's really no flop you could pull here that would actually bail you out.
A Ni-10 Master would pull me out.
Well, the problem with Ni-10 Master is there's only going to be 1 engagement next turn, right? I'm going to load up all my political options and just do 1 big attack on your stronghold. So Ni-10 Master being able to free himself up doesn't do anything. You know, he only brings 3 political strength.
Well, I would have his political strength plus my technique attachment to him, so he'd be a 5 total.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, he's not different from anybody else, though, right? Like, that's not catching you up to the 6 I'm showing.
Yeah.
Plus
well, I hate my flop so much. I just concede. I just toss in my cards here because I don't see any way to deal with. Because you play another champion.
Yeah.
And you've got the 3/3 out there, so I can't defend against it, and it's game over. Good game, Dragon. You win.
Dragons are good. Yeah.
Dragons are good, okay?